Friends, I'm speaking out today to request help fighting an offensive lawsuit for defamation which I am now facing as a result of having spoken out about prominent alt-right politician Augustus Invictus, born Austin Gillespie. Augustus Invictus became known to me in the media coverage for his campaign for U.S. Senator with the Libertarian Party in 2015. That media coverage occurred as a result of the contentious nature of his campaign, which involved the revelation of biographical material about Mr. Invictus, including his calls for civil war and his ritualistic pagan sacrifice of a goat. Mr. Invictus is known within the alt-right community and is a former card-carrying member of a group called National Socialist Movement. I interviewed him twice when I was doing some academic research on the appropriation of Friedrich Nietzsche's philosophical rhetoric by the Third Reich, and was seeking to compare Nietzsche to confirmed Nazi political philosopher Carl Schmitt, by whom I knew Mr. Invictus was influenced. I did not at that time fully understand his political and theoretical entanglement with fascism. My last interview was in January of this year. Shortly after that, Mr. Invictus mysteriously cut off contact with me after learning that I had been in continued contact with his ex-fiancée, whom I will call Jane. Jane then told me, as she told the police, that she had been subjected to repeated domestic violence. The exact details of her account and her identity cannot be shared now for legal and privacy purposes, but suffice it to say that her story is harrowing and deeply disturbing. I published a blog post as part of my own attempt to process these allegations about Augustus, whom I had considered a friend, much to the chagrin of my other mostly left-leaning friends. This blog post was picked up by the website itsgoingdown.org as a source for their article. Augustus found this article. As a result, I'm now being sued alongside Jane for defamation. In addition, Augustus is attempting to speciously report me to the federal government for fraud because I collect disability and work as a webcam model. Augustus's attorney provided the option to me of retracting my statements. As a domestic violence survivor myself, and as a firm believer in the freedom of speech, I refuse to comply with their demands for retraction. Admittedly, given the nature of Augustus' threats and the character of his following, fighting this could put my safety, as well as that of Jane's, at risk. However, we are taking the appropriate precautions. We are willing to fight to preserve our First Amendment guaranteed right to speak truthfully about Augustus' past misdeeds. We have secured legal representation. While my lawyer is generously willing to work with my financial situation, my means are limited. This is a battle of conscience and a matter of principle, a project which I am undertaking at my own personal expense. I hope that you can see the importance of fighting this particular battle against a well-known alt-right politician at this particular moment in history when women's rights are under threat. Jane should not face legal repercussions for speaking out, and nor should I for wanting to advocate for her. Any funds I collect will go directly to cover all legal costs associated with my impending defamation lawsuit, which both Jane and I are now facing. As Maxine Waters recently said, I'd like to say to women out there everywhere, don't allow these right-wing talking heads, these dishonorable people, to intimidate you or scare you. Thank you so much in advance for your contributions and support. Thank you.